Bonjour, salam alaikum. My name is Ismail.
Ismail grew up in Rabat, Morocco, with his mother, his father, and his shopkeeper.
Every single house in Morocco has a tiny grocery store in its street. These stores are part of our daily life. They are family.
Yes, Ismail grew up greeting the local shop owner every morning. He would celebrate good grades with candy from the shop, and he would come to the shop whenever he wanted to chat. But ever since megastores opened up, things have changed. Small shops have had trouble making money.
They became in danger because the product they were selling were too expensive and took longer to arrive.
Ismail and his wife wanted to fix this, so they founded
Chari is an app that lets small shop owners buy their inventory online.
It is faster and cheaper for local owners than having to haggle with many different suppliers. And most importantly, the app gives them the same tools that big business owners have. We need more people like Ismail to help the local shops in Africa thrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, giving us a feel for what it is or what it looks like to be walking around mom and pop shops in Morocco, here is Ismael Belkhayat of Chari.
Hey.
Ismael,
Good to see you again.
you ready?
Always.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi everyone. You know, it's always difficult to come after amazing superheroes like the one that was before, and it's always difficult to be the last one before lunch. And the reason why I'm dressed like this is to make sure that I'm gonna keep you awake. But before I start, I just wanna say something quick. You know, in Africa, half of the countries speak French. However, today, out of the 10 heroes, only 2 are coming from Francophone Africa. So I'm super proud, not only to represent Morocco and North Africa, but Francophone Africa. I'm sure you know this guy. I'm sure you know him. This is Muhammad. There is a Muhammad in every single street of Africa. They sell groceries. There are no-name mom and pop shops. Not only we go there every single day, but these guys are part of our family. They are part of our national heritage. They are part of our communities. And if nothing is done, Muhammad will end up being replaced by the retail chains, the same way he got replaced in the US, in Japan, in China, and in Europe, by Walmart, by Tesco, by Carrefour. My dream is that my kids keep going to Muhammad to get the candies the same way I got my candy. And I know how to do that. I believe in the power of digitization. At Chari, we think that through 3 verticals, we can make these shops thrive. 1, by helping them with their procurement. 2, by helping them with their working capital requirements. And 3, by diversifying their revenue, by making them become super shops, offering financial services. When it comes to e-commerce, we made a very easy app to use for these shops to order anything they want, and we make sure to deliver the goods in less than 24 hours. We did well with 13,000 monthly users buying $10 million of GMV from us. With a margin of 8%, we deliver 30,000 orders a month, and we get a margin of 8%. When it comes to credit, we equip them with a credit book. We are very proud to say that today Chari is behind the lending of 500,000 loans every month to the end users. And when it comes to financial services, we are very proud to say that Chari has become the first startup to get a Fintech license from the Central Bank of Morocco to turn these shops into local banks, so they can offer financial services such as insurance distribution, mobile top-up, payment, money transfer, and so on. All of that has been made possible by an amazing team from Morocco, Tunisia, and Ivory Coast, and also amazing investors such as Combinator and Harvard, who, by the way, wrote a business case about the impact of Chari in Africa.
It's now time for the Q&A. Joe, Ibukun, and Diane.
Hi, Ismael. How are you?
I'm very good.
I've never been to Morocco, but I understand your country is beautiful and I would like to visit at some point. Now, your business is in the marketplace business. It's in e-commerce, so it's sort of right in my alley. So I have a million questions I wanted to ask you, but you know, given the time, maybe I'll ask 2 or 3 questions. So my first question is, you actually take on the inventory, you buy goods from suppliers and take that into your stock, and then you resell to the shops. And the reselling model is really good because you're effectively eliminating a lot of the middlemen, 3-4 layers of distribution from the suppliers to the end shops. So I think that's a very good value proposition. But how do you make sure you have enough data to you know, not have excess inventory, plan your procurement to fit the needs of the shop owners?
So indeed, we are a buy and sell model. We buy from the suppliers, mainly the big multinationals and local manufacturers. We stock in our warehouses and then we deliver the goods to the shopkeepers. So obviously when we started, it was very difficult to get the data. So we were buying live, getting the orders, going to, you know, cash and carry and bringing the goods. But then we could start gathering data of all the orders and we started doing predictability. So today I can tell you what's gonna be my next month orders, mainly because I take into account the periodicity. For instance, the month of Ramadan where they consume less, the summer when we sell more drinks, and so on and so on.
Yeah. Okay, so with experience, I mean, with more volume, and you're doing, did you say 120 million in GMV right now?
Yes.
And with an 8% gross margin,
yes,
roughly?
Yes.
Now, logistics. How many warehouses do you keep? And how do you make sure you could deliver, I think within 24 hours, you say, right?
Exact. So today we have 10 warehouses. If you don't mind, I would like to show you one of them. Mark, please, if you could put the video number 1 with music. Thank you. So we provide these shops with an app, which is a one-stop shop, where they can find anything they need. Once they order their goods, we receive them into our offices, in which we have a team that makes sure that they are real shopkeepers. Then the orders go to our warehouses, in which we have another team called pick and packers, and their job through warehouse management system is to make sure to go through every single order without making any mistake. Once the orders are prepared, we again make sure that we send them to a third team. This team is called delivery boys. So the delivery boys usually get the orders, put them in our trucks, and make sure to deliver the orders in less than 24 hours. So there are, in these trucks, 2 people, one to drive and one to handle the logistics, and we are the only ones being able to bring the goods to the shopkeepers, to accept returns, but more importantly, to gather data on the traditional trade. Remember, you spoke about wholesalers. These guys are middlemen, doing a good job with logistics, but not keeping the data. Thanks to digitization, we are able today to cover the whole value chain, and we are the single player sharing the data with the big multinationals by telling them, here is where your SKUs are being sold to whom, at what frequency, and what other kind of goods.
And you have, sorry. And you have, you say 13,000 shop owners that are on your system now.
Yes.
How do you sell the system to them? How do you convince them to sign up?
It's a very good question. You know, when I started, as every entrepreneur, I thought that some marketing would do the job. You know, and I spent some money on social networks. I got a lot of downloads, but unfortunately the conversion rate from a download to a user was very low. That's when I realized that the best way to get these users is by going on the trade. Because I'll tell you something. This job, everything here, is about two things. One is education. And you can't educate with marketing. You educate with human. Two, it's trust. And you get the trust through human relationships. So we have on the ground sales reps that we call ambassadors, whose job is to go meet with these shopkeepers. And we are very proud to say that our job is to do digital inclusion. We train them and we help them to understand how these tools work, because we know that tools are helping their daily life. And this is how we acquire our users.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. You're fascinating. But your e-commerce, your fintech, you're setting up agency banking with the shopkeepers because you already have the relationship. Why are you here? Because frankly, you're already set up in a way you can scale up readily and you can get funding that you need, you know, because you're already set up.
It's a tough question. Huh? I'm here for two main reasons.
Okay.
Reason number one is obviously to get to meet amazing people like you guys. Everyone here I have been discussing with. And you know what we say, your network is your net worth. And today I got richer thanks to you guys. Thank you.
Fantastic.
But the second reason is because, again, I'm coming from a region that is unfortunately not known enough when it comes to the startup scene. Francophone Africa, North Africa, Morocco is not yet a startup scene. My hope today is to shed light on our region and to show Africa, but also the world, that we can have heroes from our regions, that investors can invest in us, and that we can succeed in having impact on the continent.
So I like that. On the other hand, what you've shown as well is the viability of your model within your region. So if I have a lot of money and understanding of logistics and distribution as well, and is willing to build a competition in your market, what would keep me out from impacting your business?
This is, again, a business that requires education and trust, and you can't buy it. You need to earn it.
Okay.
You need to earn it by working hard during years. That's number one. Number two, you need to convince the suppliers that you won't disturb the market by playing with the prices. And this also takes credibility that we got over time. But this is a model that is very capital intensive. And it's a model that needs additional revenue streams, such as the fintech. And you know, fintech is very regulated. We could get our license after years of working on the ground and doing digital inclusion. And then we went to see the central bank and said, look, guys, we've been handling a lot of volumes of cash. We believe that if we get a license, we'll be able to digitize the flows. And they trusted us because we have shown that these shopkeepers can trust us with their data. We keep it for us. We have shown that we are able to educate the users, and they gave us this license. And this is another entrance barrier. And this is why we believe that at least today, we've done the most difficult part, and what is coming is for the best.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you Ismael. Et bravo pour tout le travail que tu fais.
Merci beaucoup.
So my question is very simple. I was looking at the numbers, they look very good, you know. And my question is, with the amount of data that you've accumulated over the years, with the trust that you've built with these shopkeepers, what's next? So what is the next products or services that they're going to bring to them to make sure they remain relevant in the communities that they serve?
So my job is only at its very beginning. You know, we are just teaching these shopkeepers on how to use an e-commerce app. But what is coming is to now teach them how to start accepting digital payments, how to start learning how to use their payment accounts, right? Our ambition is to turn these grocery stores into superstores, where on top of buying your bread, your milk, you could go and open a payment account, get your insurance, transfer money to your family without using these big brands charging you a lot of money, and making sure that your family will get it because they have a shop next door. You could top up your mobile, pay your bills, pay your taxes. So again, if we want to make sure that our kids will keep going to these stores as Muhammad, we need to empower them with education and with additional revenue streams which will help them compete with the competition coming from the modern trade and the big retail chains.
But what's the next products? You talked about many products. They already provide credit. What's the next, revenue stream that is not only good for them, but also has impact on the community?
So Morocco is well known for being the country that is the most reliant on cash. Mm-hmm. For the first time, we are #1 in the ranking. Unfortunately, not the right ranking. So what we are doing today is equipping these shopkeepers with hard POSs and soft POSs so they can start accepting digital payments, whether wallets or even cards on their payment accounts. So we provide them with a payment terminal, a payment account with a low KYC, because many of them, as you know, are afraid of taxes. But we also provide them with debit cards so they can pay other suppliers than us and feel that they are financially included and socially important. And at last but not least, with the money, the digital money they get from their customers, they are able today to pay various services, including topping up the mobiles of their users or paying the bills of their users.
So my question is, how do you make them richer? Because, I was expecting, something like, I want them to be able to offer maybe insurance, they'll get better margins, they'll own a house, they want to own their shop, things like that.
So we work with the main suppliers to find a way to get more revenues for these shops. As an example, we've signed a contract with Procter & Gamble. And we say to Procter & Gamble, we want a loyalty program for our users. Whenever someone buys 100 dirham from us, we want to send him back 2 dirham, 2% on his wallet. And this is a way for us to educate them, because by sending them money on their wallets, they want to start using the wallet and become financially included. We signed with Orange, who, by the way, is one of our investors. And we gave to the shopkeepers 7% margin whenever they use Chari's wallet to top up the mobile phones of the end users. Before, they had to use, feature phones with dealer cards. And they had one feature phone per telecom operator. For the first time, they have one wallet interoperable with 7% margin, making more money. If you don't mind, I am sorry for this. Today is a big day for me, and I'm very proud to be here. I'm also here to represent my region and my country. There are only 30 seconds left. If you don't mind, I would like to show you our advertisement that has Moroccan music, if that's okay. Mark, video number 3. high volume. Please, everyone, go ahead. More volume. Everyone, please stand up. Everyone, stand up. We will dance together. Moroccan music. All together, please. Please. This is Moroccan music. This is Muhammad. We are here to celebrate Muhammad. All together.
شري سلعتك بالجملة وبأرخص الأثمنة من تطبيق شاري بويما. وفر وقتك وتوصل بسلعتك مجانا عند شاري بويما. ونزيدك مع التطبيق